So I recently got back from Greece. I was on a family holiday, and that's why I haven't really uploaded in a little while. But now that I'm back home, you guys can definitely expect a few more videos coming out in the next upcoming weeks. And not just that, but I've also been reading the Death Note all-in-one edition as well as the Fullmetal Alchemist manga, and I'm pretty close to finishing both. So when I do that, you guys can 100% expect videos on those topics. However, in today's video, as you can tell from the title and the thumbnail, I am not here to talk about those things. I am here today to talk about my own personal experience with my fear of flying / heights, and how I deal with it, how I sort of try to overcome it, out of hopes that anyone else dealing with a similar problem can watch this video and learn from it, and therefore be able to fly more comfortably and not be as anxious and freak out as much either before they board the plane, when they book the ticket, or when they get on the plane. So the first thing I would like to point out before I get into it is that my fear of flying per se isn't so much a fear of flying as it is a fear of heights / death. So what I mean by that is, I'm perfectly okay with the idea of being on and boarding a plane. That is not what bothers me at all, because I know that the pilot is not a daredevil. They probably have a family, wife, kids. They are not going to crash the plane and kill themselves, because why would you? Like, it's not going to happen. But what does scare me is the idea of being 30,000 feet in the air, knowing that all it takes is like one slight emergency or something to go wrong for us to all plummet out of the sky and meet certain death, because there's nothing you can really do in that situation. And I wouldn't really call that irrational, because I think that situation would sort of spark and incite fear and anxiety in anyone. But it is unrealistic, because the chances of that happening are basically 0.0001. Like, you are never going to experience that in your life statistically. So the first thing that helps me is going onto YouTube, Google, Reddit, whatever social media sites you like to use, and getting your information from actual pilots, right? People who have flown planes for years, people who fly planes almost every day, people with actual years of experience, research, and knowledge in the field of aviation. Because if you're getting all your information from articles on Google and Yahoo and Netflix and YouTube documentaries about plane crashes, then yeah, of course you're going to feel really anxious, because they only like to talk about the negative things and all the sad, evil, dark shit that comes with flying, right? They only talk about crashes and things going wrong. They never talk about the millions of flights that happen every year with no problems, because it wouldn't sell. So get all your information from licensed, experienced pilots, rather than journalists and people online that are just trying to make a quick buck. Number two, another thing that helps me is reminding yourself that even though anxiety is there to help you survive, and is a good thing to a small extent, because if you had no anxiety, a bear could run up in your face and you would not do anything because you wouldn't care, and then you would die. So even though anxiety is a good thing, if you constantly listen to your anxiety and have too much of it, you are never going to be able to achieve and do the things that you want to do in life. So for me personally, I like traveling, right? I like going to different places, seeing different things, meeting different people, experiencing different cultures. And I know that if I listen to my anxiety about flying, that I'm not going to be able to do those things. So a couple of the places that I would like to visit are Japan, South Korea, Norway, Ukraine after the war is over, obviously, the USA, etc., etc. But I know that if I constantly listen to my anxiety and my fear of flying, that little voice in the back of my head that tells you, don't get on the plane, it'll crash and you'll die, I'll never be able to go those places, achieve those things, and do the things that I want to do. So I think that's another thing that helps me out quite a lot, is just being at peace with my anxiety and realising that, look, your anxiety is there for a reason. It's here to help you out, but sometimes it is not there to help you out. Sometimes it is just there to be a dick, and it is not your best friend, and you shouldn't always listen to it. The third thing that helps me out is bringing things on the plane to make me feel more comfortable. So as you guys already know, and as you can see in the background, I have quite a lot of plushies, some that I prefer more than others. So whenever I fly, I always bring a plushie with me in my hand luggage. And then if I ever feel a bit uncomfortable or anxious, or I'm going through a little bit of turbulence, just squeeze my plushie, makes me feel safe, makes me feel more comfortable. And look, I know in the event of an emergency, having a plushie on me is not going to do anything. But it doesn't need to. You just do whatever you need to do to make you feel more comfortable. And if anyone on board has a problem with that or laughs at you, then they're probably not worth your time anyway. Do what you need to do to make yourself feel more comfortable. Take your phone, take your iPad, take your headphones, download a bunch of things on Apple Music, Netflix, YouTube, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, whatever you like to watch and listen to, depending on how long your flight is going to be. Just do whatever little steps you can take to make yourself feel more comfortable. A lot of people will suggest drinking before going on the plane. I wouldn't suggest that, because obviously if you're drunk at the airport, they won't let you on the plane. And obviously you can buy alcohol on the plane, but if you get too drunk on the plane and cause a disturbance, then you're probably going to have a bit of an issue when you land. But I don't know how airlines deal with that, so I'm not going to go any further into that. And I think the fourth and final thing that helps me out more than anything is just don't think about your experience on the plane. Think about your experience when the plane lands, right? So say you book a holiday to Japan, right? Don't think about what your experience is going to be like on the plane to and from wherever you're going. Think about what your experience is going to be like when that plane lands and you get off, all the places you can see, the people you can meet, the things you can do. Say you book a flight to Greece, Spain, America, China, South Korea, wherever it is you want to go. Don't think about the flight, think about the destination and what you can do when you get there. Because if all you think about is the flight, then you're just going to shit yourself up, make yourself more anxious and scared. And obviously that's not going to be a good thing for you. That's not going to help you at all. So all in all, like I said, just get your information, do your research from actual licensed real life pilots who fly planes for a living, not people online like journalists and people that do Netflix documentaries who are just trying to make money off you by talking about plane crashes. Bring whatever you need on the plane to make yourself feel more comfortable. Remind yourself of the destination, not the journey. And I forgot what the second one was, but my point still stands. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. This is Toshi, signing out.